Hello, everybody. Today we'll be seeing the reason why the errands never included any albino characters. Sorry, I haven't been posting recently. I have been missing a lot of homework that I have to catch up on, and I'm still already not fully caught up yet. The albino character I will be drawing today is named Frosty Breeze, and she is an original character of mine. Her lore is basically she was romantically involved with a Tom from Wind Clan, and they had a few kids together that are important in my story. So let's discuss a few theories I have on why there is no or barely any characters in the series with albinism. Now, to define albinism isn't just white cats. It's cats with mainly with reddish or pinkish eyes, very light white, almost white fur, and a bit of it has a tint of red because they lack all melanin. Yep. And we're going to also talk about one of the most influential OCs in Warrior Cats, who also happens to be albino. This character is called Crowsong. She was created by the creator louixie, who is also famous for many AMVs and maps such as the Open Up Your Eyes map featuring her titular character. Now, Crowsong's story revolves she's born into a clan that rejects kittens with albinism, and they prefer cats with dark or black fur. But Crowsong was the only albino kitten that wasn't killed at birth. And when she got older, she descended into madness because of how her clan treated her for being different and not having black fur, and she killed all of them. The only cat that she didn't deserve to get killed was Ashkit, her cousin. And he is also important of her lore because she manipulates him in the Dark Forest, as he's the only family who's there, because he self-banished himself. Now, why is this character so important to our discussion? It's because how her main trait is being albino. And in the Dark Forest, she becomes a fully black cat because of all the tar she covers herself with when she kills her entire clan. The reason she is albino is because many cats in her lineage were born albino. So, both of her parents were carriers of the albinism gene, which made it possible for her to be albino. This is also true for my own character, Frosty Breeze. I am also trying a new style for her. Now, let's see the only example we have of albinism in Warrior Cats. This character is called Pink Eyes. Now, Pink Eyes is a very good example of albinism in the series. He has very bad eyesight, but he's an older cat. He has bad eyesight as cats with albinism are very sensitive to light, seeing things, and can have sunburn more easily. Louixie got this right when creating Crowsong as well. And I also took inspiration from both of these cats. Now, here are some theories on why there are no cats in the series with albinism, yet the fandom with OCs is filled with albino cats like mine, and I've seen many other OCs in the fandom that have albinism. I think the main reason why there's only one of them is because of how rare it is. Albinism only affects less than 1 million cats in the world. I'm not really sure the entire statistic, but it is very, very rare. And I also think the reason is because he was written during the time when Vicky left the errand. So I think the new team forgot how to write albino characters and how it can impact the story. But we do have cats with other genetic mutations such as Moonpaw, and you might even count Froston because she is a lynx point she-cat. I know warrior cats doesn't really apply genetics, but they do have an albino cat and a chimera cat in Moonpaw that is genetically accurate. So, let's just make this fun and discuss the genetics. If Pink Eyes were actually albino, which he is in appearance-wise, and personality, it means that both of his parents would have to carry the albinism gene. But why doesn't any other character carry this? Well, it's probably because the Aryans don't really know much about cats, but they did enough research to understand albinism, as it is common in many mammal species, especially humans. And that's my first reason, is that they're so rare that the Aryans just wanted to include them one time. The second reason is that they forgot, probably. Because Pink Eyes was just a background character. And he did have a bit of a character arc, seemingly warm him up and be nice to kids, as he was a grumpy elder before. But now, he is just the only one, which makes him a unique character to look at. And he is also aesthetically pleasing. The reason I think they forgot is because, like the reasons I stated previously. Now, here's my third reason. The third reason is that they didn't want to confuse viewers. Now, you see, there are many characters in the series with white fur, such as White Snowfur, White Storm, White Tail, and the list goes on. But none of these cats have reddish, pinkish eyes, or purple eyes, and they do not have signs of being albino, so they are not albino. I think the Aryans did not want to confuse the viewers into making an albino cat just to think they're normal. The reason we can see that none of these characters have albinism is because none of them have, this traits, and none of their parents can be carriers. So because the Aryans didn't want to confuse the cats, they just only included one cat, Pink Eyes, especially obvious with the name, that he has albinism. It's actually theorized that he has albinism. We're not even sure ourselves, as he could just have bad eyesight due to old age. So, that's right. This theory is another interesting one, mainly because it is the most darkest one. Now, this one might relate a bit to louixie's lore in her own series with Corvid Clan and Crow Song. The next reason is the fourth reason I think maybe albino cats might not be in the series, theory, is because the kids died too young. Like I said before, in louixie's lore for Crow Song, the characters, the albino kittens are killed or abandoned, so they won't live in the clan. Maybe this happens in warrior cats, except they don't abandon the kids, but instead, the kids die early. Yes, because albino kittens are very rare, but not only that, they're also very sensitive to light and sun. So maybe the characters in warrior cats who had kittens died early. Now, maybe this is the reason why Mosskit died. Mosskit isn't an albino character, but she does exhibit these themes, such as dying from hypothermia the earliest, but that could just be a coincidence. And finally, the fifth theory on why there aren't any albino characters in warrior cats is because the Aryans didn't do enough research on them. If this theory were true, it means we wouldn't consider Pink Eyes albino. And it's because they didn't want albino cats because of how rare they are, which contributes to the first theory. Now, thank you for watching my video. These are all the theories I've come up with, but I think the most easiest one could be that albino cats are so rare. So the first theory. And I think the fourth theory is definitely the darkest, but the most highly unlikely. But I mean, it is warrior cats. We have gone very dark quite a few times. Thank you for watching my videos. I will be working on my work again because I have to catch up a lot. And I know this is not like my usual content as I usually post map parts. But don't worry, I have 3 other map parts to animate. And they're with characters I really like, such as Reed Whisker and Hawkfrost. Just a spoiler. I will also post more. If you guys want more videos like this, please tell me in the comments below. I've also tried a new art style. Instead of my usual, more sketchy one, I decided to use more like without shading and a more simplistic background for my beloved OC Frosty Breeze. And since you watched this far, here's some fun facts about Frosty Breeze. She was originally intended not to be an albino cat because she was going to have originally yellow eyes, but then I decided to make her albino due to Crow Song's influence as I loved her character design. Originally, she was also based on a white fox plushie I have, as I really like Arctic foxes, but now I made her design more albino. She has actually worked into few other stories, and I use her in roleplays commonly, as her personality and backstory can be easily attributed and assimilate in roleplays mostly. Yes, I roleplay a lot. I find it very entertaining. And the third is, she originally was going to have 3 kids, with 2 of them dying, but then none of them died. Now, thank you for watching. Ink. Please don't forget to subscribe if you like more content like this. I usually post every week, and map parts almost every 2 weeks. There isn't really much to add, but if you like to hear more about Frosty Breeze to stay this long, I can explain her lore and her appearance. Frosty Breeze is a albino she-cat with reddish, pinkish eyes, a folded ear, and fluffy fur, with a long, flowing tail. Her parents are 2 unnamed rogues, as she joined RiverClan in her youth. Her kits are Crowpaw, Splashpaw, and Larch Kit. Larch Kit sadly died. Thank you!